Welcome back to Afternoon Express on this Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for spending your time with us on the show. Now, we've been sitting with our incredible guests, Judy and Vimbayishe, who have inspired us, who have shown that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what you've gone through, but you can be and do whatever you want to do, and the sky is the limit. Congratulations, ladies, for reaching the top. And there's only higher to go. I mean, Judy, we're wrapping up Mandela Month. And as the CEO of the Mandela Rhodes Foundation, how can viewers get involved? How can they get stuck in?
Very good question. You know what Mandela wanted the most was that we could each look in our communities and say, how do I every day contribute to the areas that I find myself in? And I think oftentimes people feel stuck because they think, I need to go and change the world out there. But actually, a lot of times the world is right here next to us. And that's the way in which Mandela wanted Mandela Month to be spent and the year as it went along. But in terms of how to get in touch with us as a foundation, you can definitely get us on social media at, MRF_Africa, as well as MandelaRhodes.org. We offer scholarships programs. So if you're a young person who wants to not only use your education to develop yourself, but to develop others, then definitely go and get in touch with us. And we'd love to see more and more bright and brilliant young people joining us soon.
Incredible minds coming together for the greater good, which I love and we champion. Vimbayishe, you have tools that you've implemented in your own life to ensure that you are standing so firm where you are today. Please may you share some of those tools, because our viewers at home might feel like this is a monumental task. You know, how do I take that first step?
Okay. The first step, I think I spoke about it earlier on in our conversation, where I was saying you got to accept your situation and you've got to find peace and forgiveness. And you got to come to a point where you decide that it is time to start moving in regards to empowerment within yourself. And once you've made that decision to start, then you find help. There's so many support groups where you are in Africa, where you can go and say, listen, I need support. May it be financially, may it be emotionally, you can get that. In the Parliamentarian magazine, we've got a sector called the Sheroes in Politics. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's got to be a woman in politics. We are all in politics, as per se, because we are affected. So if you're a woman and you want to get up and go, we've got some tools in there that we share all the time with African girl children.
I love that we're bringing nations together. I mean, with the foundation and you coming from Zimbabwe, a country that is our neighbor, we need to come together and work together. Judy, how do you think we can do this effectively?
Exactly. Look, when I think about our program, right, we're in 26 African countries, as I mentioned earlier. So I think this vision needs to be something that us as young people of the next generation really believe in. And the power of Pan-Africanism for me is to say, we know that the forefathers of the liberation movement were very much attached to this idea. And how do we now, as the next generation, learn from each other to say what happened in Zimbabwe? How can we understand what happened in Zimbabwe in terms of land, in terms of education? And these questions that Africa is asking, Kenya has done some interesting things around that. So I think this idea of coming together as young people and actually sharing stories and ideas is the most powerful tool, because you don't have to repeat mistakes that have been made. It's about actually learning from others and saying, how do you draw on the strengths, but then obviously there's a context that you come from and be able to integrate those strengths in your country moving forward.
Absolutely. Vimbayishe, where do you want to see your Parliamentarian magazine going? And I suppose equally so with your African Parliamentarian Awards.
The good thing with the African Parliament, the good thing with the Parliamentarian magazine is already it's for 54 countries in Africa. The whole 54 countries need to realize that we are here to celebrate the parliamentarians, the leaders that are going before us to change things in our nation, to make us understand. She said something where we are supposed to connect as people in Africa. And I'll end with this. Please realize that the parliamentarians in different countries need to connect. And they need to understand what issues they face in individual countries. And as per se, they need to have dialogue that bring them together.
Bringing together so beautifully. Thank you so much again, ladies. So tomorrow we meet talented actress Natasha Thahane, who I absolutely love. Thank you so much for watching, making my day every day. Good night and God bless South Africa. Mwah.